Pleased now to be joined by Roosevelt Roberts up against Ignacio Bahamondes this weekend on the Gastelum Cannoneer card. Roosevelt, really good to see you. Speaking to you for the very first time, how's everything going? Feeling good for this fight?
Everything's going great. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm ready to go. Can't wait to Saturday.
What do you think about Ignacio? Is he an opponent that you kind of had your eye on? Like, what was the reaction when his name came on the contract for you?
I wouldn't say I had my eye on him. I think I do remember watching his Contender Series fight, but I'm not really too sure. But when I got his name, I just look at it as another opponent, honestly. Watch a couple of his fights and, just got ready.
What kind of a challenge is he for you? What are his strengths and how do you see yourself putting him away?
I think he's pretty good. I mean, he got some good striking, he could take a punch. I think it's going to be a great fight, between both of us. I think both of us got something to prove still, he's coming off a loss, and I'm coming off 2 losses, so it's like we both have something to prove. So I think it's going to be like a $50K bonus fight, So, I'm going there and put the pressure on him and, get the finish.
Is it 50K now, the bonus, or is it 75?
Is it 75? No, listen, hey, if Dana do 75, listen, that would be even better. But whatever, 50, 75, whatever it is, I know me and Ignacio are going there, we're going to make it happen.
Yeah. What do you think in terms of the sport? Do you see it as prize fighting or do you see it as more of a sport? Everybody kind of looks at it differently, right? Is it about rankings and belts for you? Is it about money, or do you just do you enjoy competing? How do you see the sport?
Well, at first, I ain't gonna lie to you. At first, I was always just think about the money, always money. Even now, I still think about the money. But I think after my last 2 losses, man, it's like it put it in perspective on what I had to lose, I all this, like I've been out for 11 months. 11 months I haven't fought since last year. So all that time I've been out, I've been missing it, watching everybody else in there fighting. I've just been home sitting on my ass. And so now it's like it's more than just money now. It's like I really wanna, I'm really here for a long time and to really place my mark in this sport, So yeah, but it's for sure about the money too now. About money on my chest. I always got to be about the money, But it's definitely about a little more now, Definitely about taking it further and pushing my career further.
What was your reaction with the Kevin Croom one, because it didn't go your way and maybe, it's not nice to get out early like that. But then when he got done for weed, like a no contest, which, what was your emotion to that? Do you just think, oh, sweet, now I have the loss off my record? Did you feel bad for him? Were you pleased to see that? Or how did you feel about it?
Nah, honestly, when people ask me what my record is, I tell them I'm 10-3. Even though he got popped for weed, we didn't help him win that fight. We didn't help him win that fight. I went in there, I wasn't on my pivot. He called me, and it is what it is. That was my fault. If anybody asks me what my record, I am 10-3. That you go on my Instagram says 10-3. Like I take that loss to the heart. That was my fault. I had a really, really hard weight cut. My mind wasn't there. It was just a lot that played into when I stepped into that cage. And I just got to take that loss and I got to learn from it, and that's just what it is. I can't push that off because he got popped for weed. I did feel bad for him though, because I think he lost his 50K bonus, so I did feel bad for him, but you feel me? I don't really care. It don't got nothing to do with me. That's him. I know not to smoke.
I think I have to respect your attitude for that. I think everybody does that. That's cool. Do you think it's something that needs to be looked at? Because, we've seen very high profile people miss out on the Olympics for weed. I remember, Nate Diaz, how many years was he out just for weed? And, given that in America, at most places, it's totally legal. Is it at all performance enhancing? Is that something they need to look at, do you think?
No, man, they need to just take that off the substance, man. You know, like marijuana doesn't do anything. Like yeah, probably relaxes you, probably like may help you go to sleep, helps you eat, like stuff like that. But it has nothing to do with your performance, you know. So yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I felt bad when they took it off his record. But you know, like I said, I still hold that loss on my record. You know, I'm 10-3, and that's how I'm gonna stay. But with everything else, I think you know now I think the world is changing. You know, everybody's starting to get more comfortable with marijuana now. So I think slowly but surely, like everything's gonna start changing. They're gonna like slowly start taking that off, you know.
I was really interested in the lead up to this fight. I watched an interview you did with ESPN a couple of years ago, you know, talking about your lifestyle before you turned to fighting. Now that you're really kind of fully involved in this professional fighter's life, do you find yourself kind of not scared when you're in the cage because you've been through a lot of stuff outside of it? Or is fear important when you're fighting? Is it important to have a little bit of fear?
I say, yeah, it's important to have a little bit of fear. I actually just seen this thing by Mike Tyson. He was saying something about it. You know, he was saying like how can we be fighters and not be afraid? You know, like fear is supposed to be like, fear is like fire. You know, like if you let it get out of hand, like it will burn you, like it can burn down anything. But if you control that fear, if you like harness it, then like it could cook for you. It could like you know, in the fire way. So I think it's good to have fear. It's good to go in there with a little nervous, a little afraid, because that's going to make you do better. That's going to stop you from making mistakes. That's going to, you know, I think that's a part that you got to just be willing to have when you go in there, you know. Not everybody has that though. Some people, I know some fighters that be like, I'm not afraid at all. And I be like, yeah, I feel that, you know. I have a little fear in me. Like, I'm not afraid of the person. I'm more afraid of disappointing my coaches, more afraid of disappointing my kids, you know. Like this, I'm just afraid of disappointing the people that believe in me. That's what it is for me. It's not so much of the guy, it's so much of letting everybody down outside of the ring, you know. So that's pretty much what it is.
You meet a lot of different people in your work, right? Well, we all do. It's interesting, you know, some fighters are from kind of that street life. Some are like super like went the wrestling route, lived a very, very like well brought up childhood, and kind of what are some of the craziest characters you've met in this sport?
Like like personality wise.
Yeah.
Man, I met some crazy people in this sport, man. I met not even in the UFC though, but just like in fighting in general, you know, like people coming to the gym and like it's just crazy. Like everybody's just different, you know. But it's a blessing to learn from everybody and to get to meet new people. I actually just met this dude today, man. Me and this dude was rolling, and the dude fish hooked me. I was about to bite his finger off. I was like, bro, what you doing, cuz? I'm like, you know, like, but like you meet a lot of crazy people, you know. But I think that's the part of the journey, you know, and that's what makes it great, you know. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of weird people I met that I call friends, you know, so it's pretty good.
I think the fans relate a lot of the time to fighters who kind of have that background, like, you know, the BMF title a couple of years ago, we had Masvidal versus Diaz. If they did that again, is a BMF title, do you like the fact that they did stuff like that in the UFC? Because it was totally different. Some fighters were like, you know, it's not a real title, but would you be into that? Would you fight someone like Masvidal for the BMF title one day?
Oh yeah, I'll fight Masvidal. I mean, Masvidal from the hometown. He from Miami, Florida.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So,
yeah.
Know, but I'm from Broward County, so you know we can go ahead and do it all day, you know. But yeah, I'll fight for that BMF title. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't really mean something like in the organization, you know what I'm trying to say. But still, though, it was cool I think it was cool that the UFC did that. I think it was it showed a lot of character from them, you know. So yeah, I mean, I'll definitely be down to go ahead and fight for the BMF. So.
Do you have a dream fight? Do you have on your bucket list? You're only 27. You got a long way to go in this sport if you want to, right? But is there somebody who you just either totally respect, or you think it'll be a lot of fun, or you think it'll be a massive paycheck? Is there anyone who's on your list one day that's gonna happen?
Man, there's a few people on my list. Like you talking about, like in the future, like just a specific matchup.
Yeah, one person that you just you really, if I could give you any matchup you wanted in the lightweight division or welterweight, you know, depending.
Man, who would it be? That's actually a good question. I mean, I would say McGregor for the money fight. You know, I think that would be cool. But I definitely think for my style of fighting, I definitely think me and Charles Oliveira would be a really good fight. I think that would be like a very like entertaining fight. You know, styles make fights. And I think me and him both got like the same kind of style, kind of. So I think that would be a really entertaining fight that I would really love to have. There's a lot of people I really would fight, and even like not even on the lower level. I really want to fight Renato Moicano. You know what I'm trying to say? What's the guy that he beat up? The Russian guy. Oh man, there's another guy that I really want to fight. There's a lot of people, honestly, in this weight class that I want to put my hands on. You know, so it's all like after this fight, I'm gonna call them all out, put all their names on the list, and we're gonna go ahead and it's 5 people. So I'm gonna let you know it's 5 of them, and they all close to me, so they're gonna have to get this smoke eventually.
Are you gunning for that top 15 spot? Is that important to you?
Yeah, that's important to me. Having that number by my name is important. And plus, I want to be on that game, man. I want people back home in Florida to play me on UFC. You know what I'm trying to say? Hey, how real would it be to have a street person have bout money tattoo on a video game with the MOB? You know how nice that would be? Everybody that's from the hood would love that. Everybody like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick this guy. I'm gonna play with this guy. So yeah, I definitely want to be in the top 15.
Well, speaking of money, what did you think of Dustin Poirier's decision to say, I'm not going to fight for the belt. I'm going to fight McGregor because I'm going to make a lot more money. And now he might do the same thing again. He could fight Oliveira, but he could also fight Nate Diaz and probably make a lot more money. I mean, would you go that route? What do you make of that matchup? Like, you know, objectively, would you like to see Poirier fight Diaz because maybe it's more fun? Or do you think he should be going for the belt?
If I was in his position, I'd do it for the money too. You know, I mean, he had the belt. I mean, he got, and you know, he always gonna get that title shot and that money. But you know, that money gonna take care of his family. You know, that money is gonna provide for years and years down the line. You know, so I think he's doing it right. You know, I think he's not really thinking about the belt right now. He's more thinking about his family, more thinking about providing. You know, so yeah, I definitely do what he's doing. But I do want him to see. I do want him to fight Charles Oliveira though, because I want to see. You know, I want to see how that fight goes. You know, so but yeah, if he fight Nate Diaz too, I'll tune into that too.
Have you come across Nate Diaz? You're over in California now, right? What do you make of him? Do you see him as a legend of the sport?
Yeah, actually, when I was an amateur, I don't know if you remember this, but when I was an amateur and I used to train up north in Stockton, like Lathrop area, and I actually sparred Nate Diaz in boxing one time, and I ain't have no fights. I ain't have I was just coming up, and my boxing coach Felipe, he took me to what's his coach name again? What's the boxing coach name again? Richard Perez. Richard Perez, I think that's his boxing coach. I don't know, but he took me to his gym, and I actually got to spar Nate Diaz, and that shit was a hell of a time. And like I think he's a legend. I like the way he go about it. You know, that's how I want to be about it. Like, don't really care too much about everything else, but just want to get in here, get paid, do it my way. You know. So yeah, you know, I really think he's a legend, and one day he'll be in the Hall of Fame. Him and his brother. Yeah, I think he's really cool too. You know, like I said, he let me spar with him. I have no type of experience. You know, he was in there talking shit, and I was laughing the whole time. Like I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, he's a pretty cool dude though, for sure.
How was his boxing?
It was good. It was good, man. I think I was more like starstruck a little bit, like it's being there with him, you know, because you know, growing up, you know, I watch him. So it's all like, damn, like I'm really in here boxing Nate Diaz right now, you know. So it's kind of just like that. I think we did like 3 rounds, 2-3 rounds. So the whole time I was in there, I was more just like, damn, this is like a dream right now to be in here boxing this dude. I don't even know if he remembered me though, but it don't matter if you do or not, because if I have to fight him one day, I'll fight his ass too. Okay. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah. But no, I definitely think he's a legend in this sport for sure.
Yeah, well, I'd love to see that. And I hope you get back to winning ways this weekend. Good luck, man. I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
the time.
I appreciate you having me. Thank you.